When I came to Southwark, there was a female director of IT, and I was also recruited. I think by having, a female in the leadership role, it has kind of made it something that is more empowering to some of the females that we've got in the workforce. Everything stems around technology and how technology enables the future economy. More so than now, it's important that females aren't left behind in that conversation, because otherwise quickly you're going to get to a point where future employment is just for men.
I think particularly within technology, there probably has in the past been a bias towards more men being in techie roles, and sometimes that means that we're not necessarily designing services with women in mind. Thinking about all of the population when we're designing services.
I mean, it's always better when you have a diverse field, rather than when you have a stereotypical bunch of techies at a table who are really quiet and just heads down, and then they cannot relate to the outside world. So we want a wider representation of what the world really is. We bring different opinions, different skills to the table, which is more blended, I think. That's why I'm sort of keen to have more women on board in tech to give those viewpoints and representations. So it's very important, I think, to have that inclusivity in the public sector.
One of the things that we put in place quite quickly was a programme of coaching and mentoring. And we did that as part of our Southwark Stands Together programme, which is addressing all inequalities in our workforce.
If you want to encourage more women into technology teams, there needs to be role models to get them to join.
When I've come into Southwark, there's a lot of women in leadership roles. Dion's obviously Chief Digital Officer, and there is a role model there that means that you can actually see yourself progressing through your career.
As a woman working in tech, you are sometimes underestimated. Having people in those kind of positions, having role models to kind of look up to definitely help. You have to see it to be it, right? We've got a number of coaching and mentoring opportunities that we have in Southwark. I know the chief exec also has like an open door policy where you can speak to her.
I've been in IT since the start of my education, really. It was prominently male orientated when I started, so it was a bit daunting. Southwark is very diverse and very welcoming, very, very much people orientated for yourself. So there's nothing that hard work and commitment can't get you to where you want to be.
Any young woman, anyone looking for a changing career should be interested in technology, because increasingly for an organisation like Southwark Council, technology is at the centre of making better services.
There are things that affect women that may not affect men that we need to consider when we're working on these kind of projects. So we need to make sure that women are in the room and they have a voice as well.
I think the fact that I'm in the role shows that time's moved on. But I think, there's still work to be done.